Hey fellow crypto enthusiast, welcome to today's quick trend analysis. Let's get started. Looking at the Ethereum hourly time frame, the price went up by around 2.1% in the last 24 hours, with a current price of 152. The volume was actually high, showing that this move was strong and the buyers are taking over. Looking at the hourly simple moving averages, the current price is above all simple moving averages for this time interval, which looks bullish, and it is to watch if the closest SMA, the 200 SMA, could hold support or the price will break it to the downside below the current price of around 149. Important to note is that the price is currently above the 200 SMA, which can play as a strong support. However, breaking it to the downside will signal a potential big move down. However, the shorter time frames are not very accurate, and the bigger time intervals like the daily should also be considered for longer price development. The simple moving average is calculated by summing up the close prices for a certain amount of candles and then dividing it by the number of the candles. We use usually the last 20, 50, 100 and 200 candles to calculate the different SMAs. The SMA lines could be used to determine if a trend is currently to the downside or upside. The SMA lines could also show support and resistance levels, and breaking one of them could signal trend to the corresponding direction. Looking at the hourly exponential moving averages, the current price is above the hourly ribbon, which is generally bullish, and the ribbon could play as a support, so it is to watch if the price could bounce off it. The current price to watch is around 149. The support should be considered because the ribbon is more or less spread out. Jumping to the hourly relative strength index, the current hourly RSI of 71 is located in the upper region, meaning that the price is being overbought and we can expect a comeback or for the price to remain on track for some time. Searching for divergence in the hourly timeframe, no divergence was found that could play a role for the future price at this timeframe, because the last one was long ago. Bearish, or negative divergence, and bullish, or positive divergence, are the two types of divergences. When the price is making a higher high, while at the same time the indicator is making a lower high, it's called a bearish divergence. This is an indicator that the buyers are exhausted and that you can expect a change in the trend. The same logic applies to the bullish divergence, where the price makes a lower low, but the indicator is making a higher low, signifying that the sellers are exhausted. Moving to the hourly stochastic RSI, both the %K and %D lines are located in the higher region. This means that the price is high due to overbuying, and a change in the trend, or at least some kind of consolidation, can be expected. The K line is currently located below the D line, meaning that there is a downwards trend. Moving to the hourly MACD, the MACD line is above the signal line, which shows that the current trend is on the upside. Looking at the MACD histogram, we can see that the momentum is strong at the moment, and we can expect the price to continue growing or maybe at least remaining the same for some time. Jumping to the 3-hourly simple moving averages, at the moment, the price is between the 100 and the 200 SMA. If the price bounces off the 100 SMA, which is currently at 150, it could be seen as a support, and the 200 SMA that is at 160 could be perceived as a resistance to the upside. If there were to be a break either way, it means that there could be a continuous move in that direction. It's important to note that currently the price is below the 200 SMA, which is normally a strong resistance. A potential move upwards, however, could be signaled if it were to break upwards. However, the shorter time frames are not very accurate, and the bigger time intervals like the daily should also be considered for longer price development. Jumping to the 3-hourly exponential moving averages, the current price went above the 3-hourly ribbon, so you should watch out for the price dipping back below the ribbon, or if it will play as a support to the downside, which is currently at around 149. The exponential moving average is calculated in a similar way as how the simple moving average is being calculated, but places more importance on the most recent data points. A faster trend change could be signaled as the EMA moves quicker in the current direction of the price. In order to show the current trend more accurately, the ribbon we are showing is made up of 8 different EMAs. Moving to the 3-hourly relative strength index, the current 3-hourly RSI of 67 is in the upper region, which means that the price is being overbought and a rebound or a consolidation is possible. On the lookout for divergences in the 3-hourly timeframe, no divergence was found that could play a role for the future price at this timeframe, because the last one was long ago. Jumping to the 3-hourly stochastic RSI, both the %K and %D lines are located in the higher region. This means that the price is high due to overbuying, and a change in the trend, or at least some kind of consolidation, can be expected. However, the K line still hasn't crossed the D line, so you should wait to see if the trend will actually go down. Looking at the 3-hourly MACD, seeing as the MACD line is above the signal line, meaning that the trend is currently on the up. Looking at the MACD histogram, we can see that the momentum is strong at the moment, and we can expect the price to continue growing, or maybe at least remaining the same for some time. The moving average convergence divergence, or short MACD, uses two moving averages, usually the 12-period and the 26-period moving average, subtracted from each other to create a single line, the MACD line. Another line is used as a signal line, which is usually the 9-period EMA. You should watch for crossing between these two lines for a trend change, respectively a trigger for buy and sell signals. There is also a histogram often to the MACD indicator, which shows the current strength of the trend. Moving to the daily simple moving averages, the current price is below all simple moving averages for this time interval, which looks bearish, and it is to watch if the closest SMA, the 20 SMA, will play as resistance, or the price will break it to the upside above the current price of around 154. Looking at the daily exponential moving averages, the current price is below the daily ribbon, which is generally bearish, and the ribbon could play as a resistance, so it is to watch if the price will bounce off it or break it. The current price to watch is around 168. The resistance should be considered because the ribbon is more or less spread out. Moving to the daily relative strength index, the current daily RSI is at 42, so it doesn't show signs of overbought or oversold conditions at this point. Looking for divergence in the daily timeframe, at this time, no divergence was found which could have an impact on the future price, as the last divergence was far in the past. Looking at the daily stochastic RSI, both the %K and %D lines are located in the higher region. This means that the price is high due to overbuying, and a change in the trend, or at least some kind of consolidation, can be expected. Nevertheless, the K line has yet to cross the D line, so it's recommended that you wait and see if the trend does in fact go down. Moving to the daily MACD, the MACD line is above the signal line, which shows that the current trend is on the upside. The MACD histogram shows that the momentum is currently strong, and it could be expected the price to go further to the upside. Generally, the bigger time frames have a bigger impact on the price, so please keep that in mind when we show different time frames showing contrasting indicators. Also, the shorter time frames are only representative for the short-term trading. Thanks for watching, and keep in mind that you should make your own investment decisions, as cryptocurrency trading is very risky, and these daily videos are only an overview of trends and are a purely technical analysis without considering the fundamentals. See you next time.